A mantra is a transcendental sound. It's not a regular sound like you hear every day. If you were to... Actually, I did this recently. I was editing a video, and I had to... Because I was editing the video, I had to play the same song over and over again to match it up, right? And at first, I really liked the song. But after about 100 times of listening to it while editing it, I could not stand it. I would rather listen to any song other than that one song, even though it was a song that I really liked. And I listened, not maybe 100, but maybe, I'd say 25, 30, 40 times, something like that, you know. At the end of it, it lost all its flavor and it began to really... What was sweet ended up kind of being like poison. It was like, you really didn't want to hear it. I'm sure you guys have all had that experience of listening to one sound over and over again. So with mantra, I've been listening to the same sound for 20 years. And I meditate on that sound every day. And with my japa, with my beads, I meditate about an hour and a half every morning on the same mantra, the same sound, for 20 years. And not only do I not get tired of it, I've never been tired of it, but the more I do it, the more I experience the depth and the wonder and the sweetness of it. It's not at all like a regular sound. I've learned this process of this mantra meditation is part of a system of yoga called Bhakti Yoga, and I learned this Bhakti Yoga system from a yoga master in Hawaii, and his teacher. He was born in India, and he had been hearing the same, because his parents were Bhakti yogis as well. He'd been hearing the same sound since birth, the same mantra since birth, being sung to him since his birth. Even in the womb, his parents were chanting mantras to him. And when he got about 30-something years old, he accepted himself a teacher. And as is a system in Bhakti Yoga, when you accept a spiritual master, he gives you like a prescription. And the prescription is a certain amount of times chanting the mantra on your beats. And this would have taken him what would be to you a shocking long time every day. Maybe 5 or 6 hours a day. And by the time he left this world around 80, he was 80 years old when he left this world. And he'd experienced so much happiness from hearing this sound that sometimes he would lose consciousness in ecstasy. Sometimes tears of happiness would come from his eyes just from hearing the sound. Now, you'll never experience that from listening to a mundane sound. You'll only go crazy in agony, not ecstasy. It's the complete opposite effect. So I have been given this process of mantra meditation for free, and I feel very fortunate for being able to have learned it. So now I pass it on for free. I want other people to experience it as well. So it is a very simple process. All a person needs to do is focus their mind on the sound. So the mind will wander off, and then you just bring it back to the sound. Wanders off, bring it back to the sound. That's all you need to do. It has a kind of opposite effect, a complete opposite effect than mundane sound, the regular sound. Mundane sound, you may find some attraction to it in the beginning, and as we described, the more you listen to it, the less it tastes sweet, the less it sounds sweet. But this, you may not find much attraction to it in the beginning, but if you regularly practice every day, then gradually you'll experience the depth and the wonder of it. And it's just a matter of doing it. Just like if you want to get clean, it's just a matter of going in the shower and letting the water do the work. So in the same way, the mantra does the work. You just need to simply place yourself in the proximity of it by hearing the sound, and then you will experience the effect upon you. Okay? So you don't even need to believe it. And that's not even a requirement. You simply need to do it. Just like you don't even need to believe that the shower or the waterfall will cleanse you. You just need to go under the waterfall, and then you'll experience this is cleansing. It has nothing to do with belief, right? Yoga is a science. It's not a belief system, not a belief thing. I mean, there always needs to be some belief, because in order to do anything, we need to have some belief that it's going to work in order to do it. Like, for example, I need to believe that there's ice cream in the fridge in order for me to go and make the effort to walk to the fridge and open the door. There needs to be some belief in order to do it, or at least some hope, right? So in this sense, then faith is necessary, because it gives us impetus to actually do it, right? So hopefully I can instill a little bit of that in you, so you can go on and practice for yourself. So I'm going to teach you 3 techniques of mantra meditation. The first one, to be honest, I don't really do that much. I do the next 2 a lot more often than I do the first one. But many people like the first one in the beginning, because it's kind of got a relaxing vibe to it. And when people think of meditation in the beginning, a lot of people come for stress relief, and it kind of gives you that as well as gives you the mantra at the same time. So we'll start with that one first, and then I'll teach you guys 2 other ones, okay? So the whole thing should take about maybe half an hour, or maybe less. So I hope you guys are comfortable enough.